What's up, folks? Welcome back to TacticalTortoise. My name is Trevi. I just took a shower, so I'm feeling a little moist this morning. This week, I've been posting quite a bit about Games Workshop rules management. Well, it sounds like things are slowly but surely getting better. This very morning, I posted a video covering some of the changes and issues with Games Workshop's new faction pack system. And lo and behold, I wake up later this morning, and several of those issues have been resolved. Now, to be clear, not all of them have, but I still think it's important to make this video to document the positive changes that Games Workshop has made. Now, for the most part here, we're talking about the Space Marine faction pack that had two glaring issues. The continuation of the ambiguous rulings around the chapter-specific detachments, whether or not they count as a Codex Space Marine detachment. That FAQ has finally, at long last, after over a month of sitting there with an old, outdated wording, been updated to say that now all detachments inside the Space Marine faction pack count as Space Marine chapter detachments. Ergo, every single compliant Space Marine chapter in any of the detachments they are allowed to play, including Librarians, Conclave, Shadowmark Talon, Emperor's Shield, and Forgefather Seekers, all get the +1 to wound bonus from Oath. It's not ambiguous anymore. That's how it works. Now, in addition, this is also basically future-proofed to any further detachments that they add into the faction pack, and I think it highlights one of the cool things about this faction pack is that they don't have to reference individual rules documents when they have digital rules releases. They don't have to say each individual detachment name by themselves. They can just say, if it's in the pack, it's good. And I think that's positive. In addition, Vulcan Heston, who was missing from that faction pack on the release, his datasheet with its updated rules, keywords, and weapon profiles was just gone, but he's back now. That said, we did talk about some changes and some missing things that were elsewhere in this update. This includes units like the Avenger Strike Fighter and Cyclops Demolition Vehicle in an Astra Militarum. They have still not yet returned, as well as the changes to the League of Votann Brandfast Oath Band, which I assume is intentional, but it does make a transformative change to how that detachment is able to play. Although, in fairness, I do think it makes the detachment very competitively viable, so you may see it a lot more in comparison to something like Need Guard Oath Band, which is kind of just the normal way to play Votann now. So that's likely going to be a positive effect. So while this Space Marine change is great, it is unfortunate to see that there are still lingering issues with this faction pack rollout. Now, on top of that, I do want to call attention to the fact that while Games Workshop did highlight the new FAQ wording for the Space Marine detachments as an updated wording, it is highlighted in red, meaning that it has changed, they did not change the document version number or the release date. So if you did not have the original version, which I screenshotted in my previous video, you actually wouldn't have known this have changed. There's a little bit of a sweep under the rug there, Games Workshop. I know what you're doing, trying to gaslight us to say that you didn't make any mistakes and everything was perfect the whole time. But at the very least, it's baby steps to a more positive game. I'm glad we finally have an answer to this stupid issue about Space Marine detachments, and hopefully we could utilize these faction packs in a more productive way in the future to help codify the rules better. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video. Keep it classy, folks, and have happy wargaming.